Welcome everybody to Grapplefuck. We are covering Andre Touchy Fili against Bryce Fug Nasty Mitchell. This is the co-main event of the silver Uriah Hall card, which is coming up on Saturday. So let's get straight into this. Andre's got fucking horrific tattoos. Firstly, he has a record of 21-7. Bryce Mitchell has a record of 13-1. As we've mentioned in previous podcasts, he is our second favorite hillbilly. Both from the States. Philly's got a 1 inch height advantage, but fuck knows about the height stats on the UFC. 4 inch reach advantage, that's quite significant. Particularly given that Bryce is not really a striker. But yeah, in terms of stats, Philly's seems more well-rounded. Well, not more well-rounded, but mainly gets KOs and decisions. Has 1 or 2 subs, not many. Bryce is very much a BJJ guy. Really, really high level BJJ. This guy's a freak on the ground. And then yeah, significant strikes. You can kind of see here that Fili's come forward, take a shot, give a shot fighter. And Bryce actually absorbs more than he lands, but I think that's part of his strategy, Andrew, in that he tries to draw kicks and mistakes off people and then goes for takedowns. So? Yeah, I think he does.
Maybe you're right. From what I've seen, his striking is basic.
Yeah, he keeps out. He keeps out of punching range though quite well.
Yeah, I've looked at his striking. I can't see any strategy there. Yeah, he's not getting hit a huge amount on the feet.
No, he's not. No,
he's not getting battered on the feet. It's not horrific, but his offense is not really there. I find that he's quite slow. Like his counter punching is really slow, and it just doesn't land a lot. There's no real technique or pop behind those punches.
Yeah, well, we can see that in the stats here. He lands 1.83, but then he doesn't really absorb much. Defense is 59%. But yeah, I think his, I mean, I agree with you. His striking is basic, definitely not basic, but when we say basic, we mean compared to other UFC fighters. But I think it's all based around his BJJ game, in my opinion, in that he's looking to take people down to the ground and submit them.
Yeah,
that's my opinion, but I may be wrong. You know more about BJJ than I do, and more about boxing.
I just know more about everything. It's just everything. Yeah, I just do this podcast by myself.
Why am I leading this podcast?
I don't know more about BJJ. I really don't. But yeah, I mean, I think we're being a little kind to his striking there. His striking sucks. Let's be honest. Like, but he's an extremely good grappler. I mean, like really good. In his first fight against Bobby Moffett, he did get taken down a couple of times. So his takedown defense isn't the best. And Bobby Moffett did have some moments because he you
see that there, 33%.
Yeah. So Bobby Moffett did have some, moments against Bryce Mitchell. Then Bryce Mitchell always reversed the position and got him into some really interesting positions, like a crucifix. I think it was threatening the rear naked choke, and he's just very, very dominant. And we've seen him be dominant even against Charles Rosa. Charles Rosa is a very high-level black belt, and he just mauled him.
Yeah.
Threatened the twister against him. Got him
BJJ fucked him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Bryce Mitchell has a twister on his record. I think it was his second fight.
Yeah, it was a fight before Rosa.
Yeah. Oh, Miles Jury, right? No, not Miles Jury.
I think he went for it against Rosa as well.
He tried. He nearly got it.
Rosa was defending well.
Yeah.
I mean, Rosa was holding on for dear life in that fight. I mean, he could only do so much in that. He could only defend the submissions.
Yeah, and that's a high-level black belt.
Yeah.
Who could do nothing except defend and just hang on.
Yeah. And sorry, carry on.
Yes, so Bryce Mitchell's ground game is super high quality.
Yeah, really high.
I'm just worried about the takedowns.
Yeah, so just to touch on that, he's been working at a D1 camp for when was his last fight? His last fight was May 2020. So yeah, so basically since then he's been working at a D1 camp, a D1 wrestling camp. And
So
he also used to wrestle in high school.
When you say D1 wrestling camp, you mean like a wrestling team?
As in D1 or what's it called? D1's like another expression for NCAA essentially.
Yeah. Well, within the NCAA, there's Division 1, Division 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's training at a college.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he also used to wrestle in high school, not college, but he wrestled in high school. He won a few tournaments. So he's got some wrestling background, and obviously he's trying to improve it. We've lost you there, Andrew.
Oh,
I'm not sure if you can still hear me.
Yeah, don't worry.
But yeah, I mean, his ground game is really high level, and I think if he can, he's young. If he can improve his wrestling, and get his striking to like a reasonable level, he could be a serious threat because his ground game is just ridiculous.
It is, yeah.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, Andre Fili, on the other hand, very experienced fighter. He's another one of these guys that we like to call a gatekeeper. He doesn't really beat the high level guys, but he does beat the guys that are like ranked 30, 40, so on.
Yeah, for sure. I quite like Andre Fili. You can see he's got a Muay Thai background. He throws a lot of feints. He's got a beautiful jab, a beautiful movement. Counters nicely.
Kicks are decent.
Yeah, very good kicks. He's got fast hands, which is nice. But he comes up against the high level fighters and he tends to fall short. But he's not just a striker. He's got a lot of takedowns on his record, like a lot, and his takedowns are really, really explosive, which kind of makes this matchup pretty interesting.
Yeah, because Bryce is so comfortable off his back.
Yes. So that's a big question. How is this gonna go? I would imagine Andre Fili wants to keep this standing, and if this stays standing, Andre Fili wins 100% of the time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Does Andre Fili feel comfortable going to the ground?
If I was Andre Fili, I would stay away from the ground.
Yes, for sure.
Because he has good takedown defense. He lands a lot more than him. He's a better striker. Why the fuck would you risk it?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So in that case, can Andre Fili defend the takedowns? Because he's got a high takedown.
He's got a high takedown defense. Yeah. There have been a few fights where he's been taken down by not. He's been taken down and controlled by guys who are strikers, like Sadiq Yusuf, for instance. I don't think Sadiq Yusuf took him down. I think Sadiq Yusuf caught his leg. That's what I'm worried about. I'm more worried about if Bryce catches his leg.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't count that as a takedown, and you don't need to be a wrestler to take someone down by catching a kick.
Exactly.
So yeah, that is a good point.
And he took Fili down and he controlled him on the ground. Now, if Sadiq Yusuf, who's predominantly a striker, can do that, I would suspect that Bryce Mitchell could probably do that too. And when you add the element of he's been training with D1 wrestlers for well over 4 or 5 months now, that's a hell of a long time. And it's very hard to speculate what's been going on in these training sessions. Like, for instance, Ortega was off for 2 years. We had no fucking clue what he was getting up to. We were saying, he's probably deteriorating. He came back and he looked a completely different fighter. Bryce might come back and look like a really good wrestler. We have no fucking clue. He's young. He's from a wrestling background. Okay, not collegiate, but high school. so he's got something to build on. I just feel like he just needs 1 or 2 takedowns. And I think if he gets him to the ground, you could either BJJ fuck him like he did Rosa for the whole round, or 2 rounds, and completely tire him out, or he could submit him.
Yeah, I think if it goes to the ground, it's game over for Fili.
Fili's not bad on the ground. I think he could probably reverse a few things, maybe defend a few things, but
There are levels, man. If Charles Rosa couldn't do anything, I don't think Fili's going to do much.
that's a good point. Yeah, and that is what I'm worried about. If Bryce gets him to the ground,
Just the question is, will it go to the ground? And can Bryce Mitchell take it to the ground enough times and do enough damage when it's on the ground? Because let's say submissions aside and it's control time, Bryce Mitchell is going to have to get Fili to the ground every single round. And he's going to have to keep it on the ground for at least half of each round.
Yeah, didn't he do that against Rosa, though?
He did.
Yeah,
I believe he did.
He did that against Rosa, and
But Fili, I think Fili's got better takedown defense than Rosa.
Yeah.
Even if Charles Rosa is the better BJJ guy, that doesn't necessarily translate into takedown defense.
No, definitely not. You're right. Yeah. It's an interesting one. It's a very interesting clash of styles, this.
Let me say one thing about Andre Fili. Who did he fight? He fought...
Let me get his stats up.
He fought a Division 1 wrestler by the name of Dennis Bermudez. Took him down 5 times? Or 4 times? And that's a D1 double wrestler. Now, he didn't really do anything when he had him on the ground.
Yeah, 4-on-1. Here we go.
But he did take him down with very explosive takedowns.
What is Andre Fili? Is he from a wrestling background? Because he seems to have a lot of takedowns.
I can't find anything about his background.
He took the GOAT Artem Lobov down 5 times. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and Fili hasn't been submitted since 2015. And he was pretty young then. He was 25 at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, sorry. 2015.
Yeah, I mean, he's ridiculously experienced. I mean, look at this list. Okay, he's lost a few, but he's lost to like serious guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 9-6 in the UFC.
Yeah, he's lost to serious guys. Whereas Bryce is a lot more green. Yeah, so Bobby Moffett got Bryce down 5 times. Bryce outstruck him.
Yeah, Bryce tried to get Bobby Moffett down a few times. Didn't work.
So what I can't remember this fight. I'm assuming he must have just taken him down and Bryce just reversed the positions throughout the rounds, basically.
Yes, basically.
Yeah. So that's why the takedowns weren't scored highly.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more control time, threatening the submissions that won him that fight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting one because his takedown accuracy is not particularly high. It's 41%. But that does suggest that if he goes for a few, he should get one. I just think he needs 1 or 2 takedowns, and he's just that good that he could put Andre in serious trouble quite quickly. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. He only needs 1. He could shoot 5 takedowns around 1, only get 1. And
or he could just grab a leg or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why, going on to predictions, I am leaning more towards Bryce. I think the stats on the UFC website are wrong. So the stats in the UFC website are saying that he absorbs more than he lands, but the stats on this UFC stats website saying that he lands more than he absorbs. Unless that website is taking into consideration all of his fights, which I doubt it is. Still a UFC website. But I mean, the errors we've seen on the UFC websites, I'm not surprised about anything anymore.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'm erring towards Bryce Mitchell.
yeah, same here. I mean, Andre's very, very experienced, and his game plan should be. This is the UFC coach coming out for me. Keep it standing. Use that 4-inch reach advantage. You know, kick at his legs, kick low so he can't catch the kicks. And yeah, just piece him up, jabs, crosses, stay out of range, and try and get him out of there, win that unanimous decision. But I don't know, I just suspect that Bryce will get him down at some point, or something will happen. He'll catch a kick or something.
Yeah. If this stays on the feet, Andre Fili will beat the shit out of Bryce Mitchell.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
If Andre Fili can keep it standing for round 1 and, jab Bryce Mitchell's face off for a round, that can then take away his energy, sap his morale, and that could change the whole face of the fight. I don't know. This is a really tricky one.
It is a very tricky one.
But I feel that at some point Bryce Mitchell's going to take it to the ground.
Yeah, this is actually more interesting for me than Silva and Uriah Hall. I like this clash of styles.
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I just wish the odds on Bryce Mitchell were a little bit better.
What are what are the odds?
Let's have a look. Okay, so Bryce Mitchell is a minus 162 favorite. And Andre Fili is a plus 125 underdog.
Okay. And what are you thinking in terms of the come? Risky?
Yeah, risky come, Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's probably an ideal candidate for the risky come.
Yeah.
But I do see an avenue for Andre Fili winning.
Yeah, definitely.
He
could win if he keeps it standing. Well, he will win if he keeps it standing. It's not if he could. He will win if he keeps it standing. Yeah.
So I'm kind of tempted by an Andre Fili decision. The odds for that are plus 240.
It's not bad. What are the odds for a Bryce Mitchell second round submission? Let's get specific.
That's pretty specific, Waleed, yeah. Bryce Mitchell submission round 2. 15, plus 500. Oh, no, wait. Plus 750.
Woo!
You like that?
I do like that. I do like that.
I mean, picking rounds is a difficult game.
Yeah, picked the Khabib round the other day.
Well, that's because you got pissed and you got lucky.
I got pissed and I got really brave.
Yes.
But the way to do it is obviously put a $5 on. If you think, Bryce Mitchell is going to submit this guy, put a $5 on each round for a submission. That'll get you some money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might look at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bryce Mitchell probably for the come, and then we can mess about with submissions and rounds.
We'll mess about with all that shit.
You know.
Yeah. Because he's not winning a decision. So if you think Bryce Mitchell's, well, actually no, he could.
No,
win
he could. He could just grapple fuck him for 3 rounds.
Just grapple fuck him for 3 rounds. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he could do. How he beat Charles Rosa.
The question is, we don't know how good Andre Fili is. Actually, no, we kind of do know how good Andre Fili's ground game is. It's not that great.
Bad. No, I don't think it's bad. It's just, as you said, there are levels.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I'm saying that is because he took down Dennis Bermudez, the wrestler. Okay, so he's got great takedowns. He just didn't do anything when he was on the ground. That's the thing.
Yeah, he doesn't attack. He doesn't attack for submissions that much. And he seems not to have much control time. Yeah, so submissions per 15 minutes, 0.19. It's quite low.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to assume. Yeah, I think Andre Fili is getting submitted if this goes to the ground.
Yeah, same. Okay. Predictions. I have got Bryce Mitchell, my second favorite hillbilly. What's his fucking nickname again? I've forgotten now.
Fuck nasty.
I love that nickname. Yeah, I've got Bryce Mitchell by, I think he'll submit Andre within the 3 rounds.
Pick a round though.
Oh, fuck's sake. All right. Round 2 submission.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm just suddenly thinking about Andre Fili's takedown defense. I'm gonna say Bryce Mitchell submission round 3.
Round 3. Okay. Well, there you go, folks. That's the official Grapplefuck prediction. Stay tuned. We've got more fight picks coming from this card. And please subscribe. Please like. Also, we're on Instagram, Grapplefuck_media. Please join. We've got all sorts of shit going on, memes, funny stuff, updates, Ariel messages us now and then. All the other reporters, they give us tips and all sorts of stuff. Just join. We're kind of a big deal now.
Yeah, we've made it.
Yeah, we've made it.
Yeah,
we're gonna quit our job soon. No, we're not. But yeah, thank you for watching, and leave any comments. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Yeah, take care.
Bye.